I have some very important news about this television program going on the road. We are going to take the show on the road to swing states. I'll tell you more about that later in the broadcast, but first, I want to talk to you about mudslinging. Right now, it's gotten appalling, absolutely appalling what is happening between Hillary and Trump and Bill Clinton and the victims of Bill Clinton and the women coming out against Trump. It's disgusting, all right? It is mudslinging at its worst, and please hear me. It is a distraction. I'm going to take a quick look at the mud, and then we're going to look at what matters, okay? So let's be clear. Donald Trump has clearly been a womanizer. Maybe he still is. Bill Clinton was for sure a womanizer, and according to all the reports out there, probably still is. Donald Trump may have done things to women that were non-consensual, touching. Bill Clinton for sure has done things that are non-consensual. But Bill Clinton is not running for president. Hillary is running for president. But you say, Hillary clearly has had a role in enabling Bill Clinton as a sexual predator, as a sex addict. And it's clear that Hillary has tried to not only silence, but destroy some of these women. Does that make her unfit for the presidency? Some say yes. Others say, well, she's just trying to protect her family. But wait, stop. That is not the point. Do these things matter? Well, yes, clearly they matter. For all the people involved, for the lives of those who have been marred or ruined, for the personal standing with every single one of these people in the presence of God Almighty. Of course these things matter. But if we take away all of this mud, if we take all the mud out, because people, we have to remember, Hillary and Trump are running for the presidency. So if we take all this mud out, what do we have? We have personalities, two major parties, and principles, okay? So let's say that all three of them, Hillary, Trump, and Bill Clinton, have all behaved in an unbecoming manner, or in a somewhat sleazy manner. Or let's say that they're all as pure as the driven snow. Then what? It comes down to policy. It comes down to policy. Lump them together as degenerates or lump them together as saints in the making. And at the end, it still comes down to policy. And it comes down to the hierarchy of policy. In other words, your policy on federal interstates, there are policies. Your policy on federal interstate is not as important as your policy on a graduated income tax, which is not as important as your policy on dealing with terrorism, which is not as important as your policy on dead babies and Planned Parenthood. Now, some say, oh, well, not Randall. No, Randall. There are people who say that all sin is the same. So I'm saying all sin, changing the word policy, because some policies are inherently sinful. All right? I mean, abortion is murder. That's what the church, what the Bible teaches. It's what the church has always held. It's what the Jewish community held before the church, okay? So that's a policy. Your position on abortion and Planned Parenthood is a policy. And depending on what your policy is, your policy may or may not be promoting something that is sinful or sin. And there are Christian voters. There are people that are watching this show right now, and you actually think that all sin is the same. And that's just not true. It's not true. Whether you argue, whether it's argued from the point of the victim or the criminal, all right? It's just not true. What would you rather hear about your son? That he stole a stick of gum, or that he shot someone in an attempted armed robbery? What would you rather have happen to you? Someone steal a stick of gum out of your desk at work? Or somebody put a gun to your head? Or somebody rape your wife or you or kill you? Think about it. Think about it. I'll be right back. I got to take a break, but stay with me. And again, we're hitting the road. Stay with me.